Hello, sketch clubbers. How are you? So, are you ready to draw? All right. You ready? Let's draw. Sketchbook ready. Texters are ready. I've got my A3 page and I'm going to draw an animal. In fact, I'm drawing two today. It's the same animal. It's a mama and a baby. And we're going to draw some koalas. First of all, I'm going to just use a pencil to start with. And you can see the top of my sketchbook there. So baby is kind of going to be sitting on mum's head, almost or shoulders, and then mum's face is going to be a bit further down. So I'm going for mum's face here, sort of in the lower part of the picture. And what I'm going to do, and I'd like you to do this too, you might not be able to see this very well, but I'm drawing quite a reasonable size circle. It's as wide as my hand. It goes from there to there. Just lightly with your pencil, you need to still have room for ears. This is going to be the structure of the face. So do that for mum first, and then we're going to draw in details and baby in a minute. Okay, now we're going to start with the koala's nose. So you can kind of see that's the bottom of my page there. So around about a bit lower than middle. Koala's nose, of course, is a little bit more rectangle-ish. If you want to draw this in pencil, go for it first. I'm drawing in marker pen so that you can see. So it's going to kind of come down a little bit of that shape there. In fact, I drew it very square, didn't I? That's lucky it's going to be black or grey. I'm just going to round it a bit more there. Okay, so that is going to be black and grey. I might even do that now because it's annoying me that I drew the wrong shape a bit. So I've got my black here and I'm going to mostly colour it in the black. And there we go. We all know that koalas aren't real bears, don't we? We just tend to call them that a little bit. They are just koalas. Okay, let's see. While I'm going for it, I'm going to grab a sort of dark charcoaly colour. Just going to check that. It's almost black. In fact, I don't think you guys are even going to be able to tell the difference. Small amount there. Okay, so koala's nose so far. Now I'm going to get eyes in here. Now you can draw your eyes how you wish, all right? But basically line them up a bit higher than the top of the nose there. I'm going in for fairly simple eyes like this. You can completely add eyelids, white around them, whatever you would like to do. In fact, I might just do that, do a little bit of a circly, wonky shape around. I'm going to add some eyelashes. Okay, now I'm going to be making them a bit cartoony. So I'm going for here, I'm going to draw a beautiful big smile. I might backtrack it and make the line a bit wider. There we go. Nice and cute and simple. Okay, now I'm going to go for mama's ears. All right. But before I do that, I kind of want the under chin spot. And you know how we drew a circle? We don't want the face to be a complete circle. We want it to be a bit flattened on the bottom. Okay. So what I'm going to do is go up to just a bit under the eye, come down, flatten across the bottom there, and then come up. Okay, you don't want it to be a complete circle. See how I flattened it out and my circle pencil line comes down there a bit. Okay, now at the top here, I am going to do a little sort of tufty fairy bit, like that, zigzaggy wing. And then I'm going to get the ears in. Okay, so this space here is where the ear's going to go. So like we did the face, if you think you need to get a bit of a pencil line in there, go for it. Okay, so I'm going to go for here. It's going to be quite a curve on the top. All right, and around like this. Let's see, might even curve out a bit more than up. I don't know. You decide how exactly you want to do it. But I'm going to curve out and then I'm going to go zigzaggy all the way to the side of the face. So curve out and then zigzaggy all the way to the face. All right. So if you get that shape in, then we get mama's face in. And next I'm going to do a bit of a zigzaggy shape on the inside. All right. And another zigzaggy all the way up. So that's the inside of the ear. So smooth, bit zigzaggy here, a bit like that, something like that. Anyway, we're getting the idea. So this is going to be koala color. This is going to be inside fur color, which is probably a light color. And now I can see where I've got my gap here. So I can join that up and join that up. And I'm going to give her some shoulders. I've got a little bit of space here. So I'm going to pretty much bit of a jaggedy shape, and some kind of sort of tummy shape. Doesn't have to be perfect. Okay, you know how I like it. It's sort of a bit messy drawing sometimes. Okay, now I'm going to do some interesting colors on the actual face when I come to do that. But for now, we're going to move up the page, and hopefully you've got enough room at the top to do baby. So what I'm going to do here is, you know how we started with a circle, I'm just going to start with a smaller circle. So around about there gives me a bit of a guide. And has it helped you do that too? Okay, so we're doing the whole process over again, but smaller. Okay, so a little nose here. Let's see if I can get that shape a bit better this time. Yeah, I think so. Might round that one off a bit more at the top there. Okay, so let's color it just so that it looks a bit more like Mum's. For the minute, I'm getting in a bit of black there around most of it. And then I'm going to put my charcoal grey in as well. Okay. All right, so nose is good to go. Eyes next. And I'm making them look like they're related. I'm not drawing different types of eyes. I'm just going to go in with a similar design. There we go. And baby has a big smile too. Backtrack a few times. There we go. Make that line a bit thicker. All right. Now, remember we did this squared off chin just here. So same thing. Start about where just under the eye. Come down, flatten a bit, and up the side. Okay. Then if you want to use your pencil to kind of sketch in where those ears are going to go, that could help a bit too. Oh, and the little tufty bit, I'm going to make this one go the other way. There we go. And let's see. Yeah, sketchy, zigzaggy. There we go. And the same thing with the inside. There we go. Sketchy little inside face. Now we know where our lines go here. Join up the ear to that tufty bit and to there. Very good. And then, of course, we're going to need a little bit of body here. Now, you might have some claws hanging onto her, but I'm just going to kind of follow the same kind of shouldery shape in here. And a bit of a tummy. There we go. See what you've got room for. There's something not quite right about this baby's nose. Having trouble with that today, aren't I? I'm just going to make it a little bit more rounded. There we go. I think we're good now. They need some koala colors, don't they? Now, what are koala colors? That's a very good question. Have a little think about that. But I'm going to go for greys today. But before I do any color, all these pencil lines, I am going to erase them. You know me, how I go sketchy, a few lines over the top. Well, make sure you scoot those out, especially if it's going to be a light color. Those lines might show. And sometimes I've drawn outside or inside the lines. So take your time, hold your page still with one hand. All these pencil rubbings though, don't scoot them on the floor. I'm sure whoever it is in your house who does the cleaning up, oh, might be you. In my house, it's mostly me. Well, I don't want to have to clean up extra mess, so I'm going to make sure I don't scoot them on the floor. Rub. Be careful, hold your page. You don't want it to scrunch and crush at this point. Now, I know koalas don't actually have rosy cheeks, but you know how I said I was going to do a bit of a cartoony version. I'm going for rosy cheeks. Okay, why not? Do a little test. Is that the pink I would like? Yes, I think it is. Now, I'm not doing round ones, or will I? Or will I do little side ones? Yeah, no, I do round ones. A bit like this. Hello, baby. Hi, mama. Just a cute way to give her or him, her, I think, and him maybe, a little bit of extra color. Now on the face, what I want to do around from the nose, around the mouth, but in front of the cheeks, is a bit of a shape here and on baby that is a lighter gray. So, you know, me and my struggle with working out which are the light grays, because those colors on the end don't really match the color when they draw them. So I have my light gray. Okay, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to go probably 2/3 of the way up the nose there. And I'm going to draw in a line that goes around the mouth, between the mouth, into the mouth and the cheek. And the same on this side. Line it up about there. There we go. So what I'm doing is I'm giving the mouth area a lighter fur color than the rest of the face. So because I've just got black there, I'm just going to color right over my black. If you don't happen to have a couple of different types of gray, because I'm going to go for a darker gray up here, not to worry, you might be using pencils and textures. Maybe you do this area in a bit grayed pencil and go lightly. You'll find a different way to make it look different, I'm sure.